Have you ever noticed your dog locking eyes with you during one of their most vulnerable moments? That intense, unblinking stare while they're doing their business? You probably think it's awkward, maybe embarrassing, or just one of those weird dog things you've learned to accept. And while it seems like a quirky bathroom habit, it's actually revealing something profound about trust, protection, and the role you play in your dog's survival psychology. Because your dog isn't just randomly making eye contact, they're engaging in one of the most ancient vulnerability protection rituals in the canine behavioural repertoire. That awkward moment, it's actually 6 layers of evolutionary psychology, pack dynamics, and profound trust compressed into one behaviour. And the deepest meaning, the one we'll reveal at the end, shows exactly what position you hold in your dog's world. So let's decode exactly what your dog is communicating every single time they hold your gaze during their most exposed moment. When your dog squats to eliminate, they're entering what animal behaviourists call the vulnerability crouch, a position that wild canines avoid whenever possible in dangerous situations. Think about what's happening physically. Their muscles are engaged in elimination, their rear is exposed, their mobility is severely compromised, they can't run, they can't fight effectively, they can't even turn quickly. For a species that evolved both as predators and as prey to larger carnivores, this position represents maximum physical exposure. Studies on wolf pack behaviour show that pack members almost never eliminate in open areas unless other pack members are present to maintain watch. The act of elimination requires muscular relaxation that's incompatible with the constant tension of threat vigilance. So when your dog assumes this position, they're physiologically incapable of protecting themselves. Every instinct screams danger, and yet they do it anyway, multiple times daily, often in your presence. Watch your dog tomorrow during their bathroom routine. Notice how their body is locked in position, how their movement options are essentially zero until they're finished. But there's something even more profound happening with that eye contact, something about pack roles that changes everything. We'll come back to this. Here's what most owners misunderstand about that stare. Your dog isn't looking at you because they're embarrassed or seeking privacy. They're looking at you because they've assigned you a critical job. In wolf packs and wild dog groups, there's an established protocol during vulnerable moments. The exposed individual makes eye contact with the most trusted pack members, essentially saying, "I'm vulnerable right now, I need you to watch for threats." This isn't a request, it's a role assignment based on deep trust. Canine behaviour research shows that dogs will specifically seek eye contact with their bonded humans during elimination, but they'll avoid eye contact with strangers or even familiar humans they don't fully trust. The eye contact is selective, intentional. When your dog locks eyes with you mid-poop, they're not being weird. They're communicating something profound. I trust you enough to not watch my own surroundings right now. I'm putting my safety in your hands. You are my designated sentinel. Think about what this means. Your dog has evaluated every person and animal in their world and determined that you are the one they trust to protect them during their most defenseless seconds, not just anyone, you. Watch your dog carefully during elimination. Notice what they're not doing. They're not scanning the environment. They're not watching for approaching threats. Their ears might rotate towards sounds, but their eyes stay locked on you. This is deliberate threat scan delegation. Studies on canine attention patterns during vulnerable behaviours show that dogs demonstrating high owner trust will maintain prolonged eye contact during elimination instead of environmental scanning. They've completely outsourced their threat detection to you. But here's what makes this remarkable. Your dog's evolutionary ancestors couldn't afford this kind of divided attention. A wolf eliminating without watching for predators was a dead wolf. The fact that your dog is willing to completely surrender environmental awareness means they've determined that your watchfulness is more reliable than their own. You've become their early warning system. They're not just trusting you to watch, they're trusting that your watching is sufficient protection, that they can completely let their guard down because you're on duty. And if you've ever looked away during this moment and seen your dog's anxiety spike, seen them hurry to finish or shift position, you've witnessed what happens when their designated sentinel abandons their post. Your attention isn't optional, it's essential to their sense of safety. And if you're realising just how much trust your dog places in you during these everyday moments, hit that subscribe button. Because we're uncovering the hidden meanings in dozens of pet behaviours that will change how you see your bond. Here's where the psychology becomes fascinating. When your dog maintains eye contact during elimination, they're engaging in what animal psychologists call vulnerability bonding, the psychological phenomenon where shared or witnessed vulnerability deepens social bonds. In human relationships, we experience this when we share fears or weaknesses with trusted individuals. In canine psychology, it manifests through witnessed exposure during defenseless moments. Research into mammalian bonding mechanisms shows that acts of protection during vulnerable states create powerful neurochemical responses. When your dog eliminates while you watch over them and nothing bad happens, their brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, specifically in response to your successful protection. Every time you stand guard, even unknowingly, you're reinforcing the bond. But here's what makes this profound. Your dog is choosing to be vulnerable in your presence. They could wait, they could hide, they could eliminate when you're not around. Instead, they specifically seek these moments with you present because the vulnerability itself, when paired with your protection, strengthens your relationship. They're not just trusting you because they have to. They're actively creating opportunities to trust you because it deepens the bond they feel with you. Watch what happens if you try to walk away while your dog is in the vulnerability crouch. Many dogs will actually stop mid-elimination, abandon the process, and follow you. This reveals something crucial. That eye contact isn't just about protection, it's about presence confirmation. Canine behavioural studies on separation anxiety and attachment show that dogs with strong bonded relationships will interrupt even biological necessities if their attachment figure disappears during vulnerable moments. The eye contact serves as a continuous confirmation loop. Are you still there? Are you still watching? Can I continue being vulnerable? Your dog isn't staring because they think you're going to attack. They're staring because they need constant reassurance that you haven't abandoned your post. Think about the level of dependence this reveals. Your dog needs you present so badly during these exposed seconds that they'll literally hold eye contact the entire time, checking and rechecking that you're still there. This isn't clingy behaviour. This is survival psychology meeting attachment psychology. They've made you so central to their safety system that your presence has become a prerequisite for them to complete basic biological functions without anxiety. Remember at the beginning when I said there was something profound about pack rules that changes everything? Here it is, and it will transform how you see that awkward eye. Contact forever. In wolf packs, there's a clear hierarchy of protection. The alpha, the pack leader, doesn't ask for protection during vulnerable moments. They provide it. The fact that your dog is making eye contact with you, assigning you sentinel duty, actively delegating their safety to your watchfulness, means they've placed you in the highest position in their pack structure. You're not their equal. You're not their subordinate. You are their guardian. Research into canine social hierarchies shows that dogs only request protection from individuals they've ranked as superior protectors. This isn't submission, it's recognition. Your dog has evaluated your capabilities, your reliability, your commitment, and determined that you are the most qualified individual to keep them safe during their most vulnerable moments. Think about what this means. Every single time your dog does their business and locks eyes with you, they're making a declaration. You are my protector. You are the one I trust above all others. You are the guardian I've chosen to watch over me when I cannot watch over myself. That stare isn't awkward. It's sacred. It's your dog saying, I am completely exposed right now and I trust you with my life.